In the sprawling chaos of Lagos, Nigeria, where 15 million souls chase dreams through traffic-clogged streets and towering markets, St. Mary's Hospital stood as an oasis of hope. The scent of frying plantains and diesel fumes gave way to antiseptic cleanliness within its walls, where miracles happened daily in the maternity ward. Grace Adebayo was the heartbeat of this sacred space. For 9 years, her gentle hands had welcomed over 3,000 babies into the world. Mothers whispered prayers of gratitude in Yoruba, Igbo, and Hausa, knowing their children were safe under her watchful eye. American expatriates requested her specifically. European diplomats flew their wives to Lagos just to have Grace deliver their babies. "She has the touch of an angel," Drive Okonkwo would tell new parents, and it wasn't hyperbole. Premature twins who shouldn't have survived thrived under her care. Difficult deliveries became smooth under her guidance. She was more than a nurse, she was a miracle worker. But perfection, Grace had learned, came with a price. Adun and Emeka Okafor had waited 7 years for their miracle. 3 miscarriages, countless specialist visits, and prayers that seemed to echo unanswered in empty rooms. When baby Chidi finally arrived, perfect, healthy, beautiful, their joy could be felt throughout the entire ward. Grace had personally overseen his delivery, stayed extra hours to monitor his progress, and promised Adun she would watch over him like her own son. 48 hours later, Chidi Okafor vanished. There must be some mistake, Grace told the frantic parents, her voice steady even as her hands trembled. She organized search parties, questioned every staff member, reviewed every protocol. The security footage from that wing had mysteriously malfunctioned. Baby Chidi had simply disappeared into the Lagos night. The Okafor's screams would haunt the hospital for weeks. 3 weeks later, baby Fatima Abdullahi disappeared. Then baby Kelechi Ease. Then baby Jennifer Williams, daughter of an American oil executive. Detective Kioma Okwu had investigated kidnappings before, but this was different. These weren't random street crimes, this was systematic, calculated, and happening within what should have been the safest place in Lagos for newborns. "Someone inside is doing this," she told Drive Okonkwo during their 5th emergency meeting. "Someone with access, knowledge, and the trust of these families." The investigation turned St. Mary's into a fortress. Cameras appeared in every corner. Staff submitted to background checks, polygraph tests, and psychological evaluations. The hospital that had once felt like a loving family now felt like a prison. What no one suspected was that Grace had been living a double life for 2 years. Behind her angelic facade lay a carefully constructed criminal enterprise that stretched from Lagos to London to Los Angeles. Grace would identify vulnerable families, single mothers, couples in financial distress, families without strong support networks. She'd wait for the perfect moment when the baby was alone, then execute the switch with precision born of years of medical training. A sedative for the mother, a fake death certificate, and the baby would be transferred for additional medical care that never ended. Detective Okwu's breakthrough came from an unexpected source, a whistleblower in London. Marcus Thompson, an adoption broker, had been arrested for visa fraud and decided to cooperate with authorities to reduce his sentence. He provided detailed records of his transactions with a medical professional in Lagos who could guarantee healthy newborns within 48 hours. On a humid Tuesday morning, as Grace prepared for another day of miracles, Detective Okwu and her team surrounded St. Mary's Hospital. The arrest sent shockwaves through Lagos and made international headlines. Nigerian angel of mercy revealed as baby trafficker. The woman who had delivered thousands of babies safely had stolen 17 others for profit. Grace's conviction should have brought closure, but for St. Mary's Hospital, it marked the beginning of a darker chapter. International donors withdrew funding. Medical partnerships were suspended. The government launched investigations that paralyzed operations. 2 years into her 15-year sentence, Grace received an unexpected visitor. Dr. Okonkwo sat across from her in the prison visiting room, his face weathered by the stress of keeping St. Mary's alive. What happened next would become legend in Lagos medical circles. Working from prison with limited phone access, Grace orchestrated one of the most complex medical supply operations in Nigerian history. Grace's case came up for review. The courtroom was packed with an unlikely mix of supporters and victims. Today, Grace works as a medical logistics coordinator for a network of West African hospitals. Grace's story forces us to confront uncomfortable truths about human nature.